Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Gabriel, and today we're going to talk about commitment on your twin flame journey. This is one of the big things I hear about a lot on the forum, and it's also something that came into my consciousness a lot during this week. I watched a TFAS class on it, and I've seen a lot of people posting about it, is commitment. And a lot of people are like, I can't get my twin flame to commit to me. My twin flame only wants, only wants sex or only wants to be friends. They don't want to commit to an actual relationship with me. They just kind of want this either wishy-washy thing, or they only want a partial relationship. They don't actually want to go all in with me. And if we remember, if you've been on this channel before, or if you're familiar with Twin Flames universe and any of the teachings of union, you know that your twin flame is your perfect mirror. And you can probably see where I'm going with this, but if they're not committing to you, there's somewhere within that you're not committing to yourself. And you might think, well, how am I not committing to myself? Especially, if you're thinking like, oh, well, I'm loving myself and I'm taking care of myself. But commitment to yourself is more than just basic care, right? Commitment to yourself is also honoring your intuition, honoring your dreams and goals. And if you're immediately like, oh, well, I can't do that because of my twin flame, you're putting your happiness outside of you. You're saying like, oh, I can't commit to myself until something else happens, right? And so that can be a place that you're not really committing to yourself. Even deeper is like you're not committing fully to the journey. I've seen a lot of people this week too say, well, my twin flame isn't committing to me the way I want, so I'm going to go try to be with someone else and kind of like wait them out. Well, again, your twin flame is your mirror. So what do you expect the mirror to do if you're over here like with someone else and you're expecting your twin flame to suddenly wake up and come and like get you? That's a soulmate game of like, I'm gonna go make somebody jealous and then my twin flame will come and be with me. That's not gonna happen, because your twin flame's your mirror. They're not like this game that of push and pull. It's not that. Like, it's literally, they are your mirror. And the more you don't commit to yourself, don't commit to your journey, the more you're going to see that from them as well. You're not going to magically see them, um, turn around and come at you if you're not, actively pursuing this journey and actively pursuing yourself. And that can mean a lot of things. Like, it's also, focusing on your relationship with God. Because if you're not committing to God, you're not committing to following God's guidance for you. You're not committed to the things that God is guiding you to do. And, even like doing this work, like if you're only, doing the mirror exercise sometimes and you're not committed to healing every upset. If you're only doing the mirror exercise and you're thinking that you can do this on your own, and you're not willing to invest in the classes, and you're not willing to have a coach or anything like that, you're just like, well, I'm just going to do it on my own. Well, you're not fully committing to yourself in the journey, especially if God is guiding you to those things. God doesn't guide you to something without giving you the means to have that. If God's like, hey, invest in Twin Flame Ascension School, that's not, oh, well, invest in Twin Flame Ascension School when you have the funds. If God is actively guiding you to that place, he's going to support you in it. A lot of people have seen, like, they commit, even though they're like, I don't know how I'm going to have this money. They put it on a credit card. They just buy it anyway. And then suddenly they get a promotion at work, or they get a bonus, or they find there was extra money, or they get a tax return that they weren't expecting. All these like miracles happen because they invested in themselves. And and that's an active way of committing and going all in your journey. And if you're not actively like pursuing God, if you're like, I want a relationship with my twin flame, but I'm not interested in God, then that's a place where you're not really fully committing. Because who do you think that love is? You know, like, what do you think that love is from your twin flame? That's God. That's God that you're actually looking for. And if you're not committing to God, you're not saying, God, I'm gonna follow you, God, I love you, like, and you're not pointing yourself towards God, your twin flame isn't interested in that. Your twin flame is only interested in you as your divine self, and your divine self is completely in love and one with God. And you don't have to be perfectly healed to be with your twin flame. But if you're not committing in all of these ways, um, your twin flame is not going to commit to you either. And you don't have to do all of this overnight. It is a process. No one expects you to say, like, well, I choose to to myself and completely change everything that you're doing and it completely go all in and bankrupt yourself and all of that. Like, no one, not even God, is asking you to do that. If you did that, like, out of tremendous faith, like, you would probably be rewarded, right? But God is usually guiding you very peacefully and gently, and um, you know, it's not something that's like just a quick snap of the finger thing. It's a process, just like healing. But you make that choice. And when you make that choice to go all in, you go all in from the place you're at right now. And as you heal, you go deeper and deeper and deeper into that commitment. And sometimes that means like, oh, hey, like God is asking me to love myself deeper here now. I was um, binge watching TV shows, like calling myself out here. I was, binge watching TV shows and numbing out on the couch, and continually God's like, hey, like that doesn't feel good for you. You're going to have to make some changes here. You're going to have to commit to yourself of the things that you actually desire. Because I was actually leaking my energy to things that I don't need or don't want or have actually nothing for me, and I have to reprioritize. God is like, I've already given you all the energy that you need, but you're like spending it on Netflix instead of living your life purpose, or you're spending it doing something else other than what I'm asking you to do. And so God will continually ask you to commit and provide you with those resources to do that, to whatever he is asking you to do. God will provide for you. And as you do that, as you go all in and keep going deeper and deeper into your commitment, ultimately to yourself, it's not even to your twin flame, it's to yourself, it's to God. Your twin flame is gonna, naturally turn and look at you, and they're going through their own healing process at the same time, and that's how you can heal something, and then suddenly your twin flame is right there, because the whole time that you've been healing, they've also been healing in their own way. It doesn't happen overnight, really. You may experience it as an overnight change with them, but it's actually, a process that they're going through at the exact same time as you, because you're one. And it may not happen that, you're going through this dark night of the soul and they're going through it as well. It doesn't always happen like that. Sometimes, like, one twin flame holds the towel and one dives in, and especially if you're experiencing separation, you might have a different experience there. But your twin flame is just as committed to you as you are to yourself and to your journey. And so as you're calling in this being with your twin flame and wanting them to commit to you, you make a choice for yourself that I'm gonna go all in, and you also set boundaries and say, like, hey, I only want a committed relationship, and I'm not going to accept anything else. And that's another way of like committing to yourself, committing to that desire within your heart and having that boundary there. You're not going to lose your twin flame by setting a boundary. You're not going to lose your twin flame by saying, hey, like, this isn't the type of relationship I want with you. And you may have to respect that they might also say, like, hey, I'm not ready for that right now because there's something that still needs to be healed within. But know that, like, you can never mess anything up with your twin flame. And while you may need to be patient with your healing process, they will ultimately change and grow as you choose to change and grow, and hold to those desires that you have in your heart, and hold those boundaries and standards that you have for yourself and your union, that's actually going to benefit you in the long run, rather than have short-term wins. Oh, you got to hug or kiss your twin flame, you got to have sex with your twin flame, but you're not actually in a relationship, and that feels really bad. So, you know, start to look at that long-term commitment that you're desiring, and recognize that the short term, like, oh, they get mad and they don't talk to you for a little bit, is actually, just a part of the healing process, and you're actually going for the real thing. That's the commitment that you're actually wanting, and you're wanting that commitment from God most of all. And so when you commit to God, your twin flame is naturally going to be attracted to that, whether they consciously know it or not. They really love it when you focus on God, you focus on yourself, and you start to be your most authentic self, and committed to yourself, and not trying to make them your source of anything. And, I do just want to add before I wrap up here that, I've seen people who, they say they want to wait it out, or they want to go, be with someone else in order to wait it out, or try to wake their twin flame up. Your twin flame is your mirror. So, that's a soulmate game right there, trying to make someone like jealous, or trying to make them like wake up or anything like that. Like, unless in a very specific circumstance you feel peaceful and guided to like be with someone else, uh don't do that. If you know your twin flame, don't just go be with someone because you're bored or you want somebody to fill a hole within yourself, because your twin flame's just going to do the same thing. They're not going to wake up and come after you. They're just going to like mirror exactly what you're doing. So, stay the course, invest in yourself, invest in your journey, commit to yourself, commit to God, and you will be supported in that, and your twin flame will commit to you just as you're committing to yourself. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. If you'd like support healing your issues with commitment, maybe you're not even sure where you might be having these issues, I can help you with that. My services are at sacredtwinflameunion.com, and I will see you all in the next video.